a few weeks ago, my Tesla Model 3 was updated from version 11 point something FSD beta to 12.3 FSD Supervised. And now just a couple weeks later, I've got 12.3.3. So that means another drive of the Drive Electrical Dominic test loop here in Tallahassee, Florida. So buckle in and let's hit that DEWD loop right now. All right. I hit FSD right in my driveway and it's just taking it right off from my driveway actually. And I'm not sure if it was ever capable of doing that. Not sure if it was ever capable of doing that before, but it is now. Okay. This is crazy. Man, so much going on here. So this is 12.3.3, as I said. Coming up to the first major turn, so right-hand turn. It's being very slow and cautious until it makes the turn. Cuts in kind of close, and then accelerates pretty hard, actually. And then it slows down like really hard, but ahead of the thing. It's not really calibrated right. It's use of the gas and the accelerator and brake pedal are not great. It's like, okay, accelerating up to the speed. I have it set at max right now, so it's going to go as fast as it thinks it's safe to. And see, we're going through this. We got the green light here. Local sheriff, hello officer. All right. Got an intersection coming up here on the right. It's going to make a right-hand turn. Is it though? No, it's not. It's not. It's not going that way. I may have to disengage to. No, it's going to go a different way. I'm going to need to disengage to get it to go the way I want, or unless I end trip and then navigate to this way. Okay.
Now turn right onto High Road.
Right, okay. I don't have to disengage. Awesome. Oh, I did turn my turn signal on. It didn't have it on automatically. Oh, F-150 Lightning just up ahead there. I don't know if anyone saw that. It's a black one. All right. And it really likes the right side of the road. I kind of wish it was more centered. The older versions kept you pretty centered, which was kind of unnerving a bit in some ways, but this is more human, but also, okay, now it's over the other side of the road a little bit, okay. Hugging the inside of the turn, that's good. That's kind of like a human would do. Makes me feel more comfortable. And yeah, with it in max mode now, it's like following the truck ahead of me, 37 miles an hour. It's the speed limit, it's at 30, so it's I don't know, it's like following the flow of traffic, basically, So it's allowing it to break the rules by more than you would think it would allow it, 30, so 35, 5 over, you would think an automobile manufacturer would kind of limit it to that, but in this case, it is not limited. At least, I'm not sure where the limit is. I'm sure it's got some limit, right? But yeah, it's happily following these guys down the hill. They're at 37 miles an hour. Coming up to our next intersection. And we're going all the way across through there. And you can see the full screen here. Yeah, I've been driving 12.3.3. I got it last Thursday night, I believe. So I've had the opportunity to drive it a little bit. Usually I wait, and the DEWD loop is like the first time I drive it. So I've had a bit of time with this already, taking off, and it really gets on the accelerator hard when it takes off. Like, I think too much. I'm gonna have to make another video about some of these other things that it's not really doing well. Places where it needs to actually improve or change what it's doing. This video is all about the DEWD loop. What happens on this particular route that we've all done before a number of times. If you haven't seen previous tube loops, I have a whole library. There's a playlist of them on this channel. This is a solo ride. Often I'll bring a friend with me, and yeah, just get their reaction and have some, see what they think about how the car handles this or that. Some people are new to the FSD idea, and some people are have some experience with it. Here again, the speed limit is 30 miles an hour. We were just doing 39, and we're just following this truck, just kind of pacing the truck ahead of us, keeping up with the flow of traffic. I believe that's kind of like the modus operandi going on here. Okay, left-hand turn coming up.
Turn left onto West Tennessee.
Let's see, it should get in the left-hand lane to make this turn, and it is, so that's good.
Now turn left onto West Tennessee Street.
Actually, I'm going to cancel this trip and then navigate somewhere else, just down the street from my original point, and then hopefully it'll keep me on the same route. Yep, turning right here, or turning left here, and then no, it's not doing it. Okay, never mind. Back to the other college town. I'll have to change it a little bit later on.
West Tennessee Street.
Just operating this navigation system and putting in a whole route, it's like, man, I've tried a number of times to get it to, so I could just do the whole loop without adjusting the navigation at all, but man, I'm struggling here. Takes off nice and aggressively, probably too aggressively. Yeah, and then it gets right over into this right lane where it needs to be. That's good. Last time we had it up there, I think it waited a little longer to get into this right lane. So that was a good move, I think. It's a fair amount of traffic today. It's 20 to 5. So yeah, kind of a high traffic time of day to be doing this. But people are going to use FSD Supervised in all sorts of traffic, so this is what it's got to do. It's moving up a little bit. It's interesting, the truck, the vehicles that it sees and then doesn't see, like it has this big gap here, but there's a line of cars all the way up the street here. It's got me right against the right-hand side of the road too. It even has a little
Turn right onto Stadium Drive.
little sensor, saying that I'm kind of close to the curb here. Could be a little bit more centered.
Now turn right onto Stadium Drive.
And we got another red light. Yeah. There we go, it's green light. We're about 3 or 4 cars back, so. Search signal activated. Car ahead of me is taking it very slowly, so it's following its lead. But it's accelerating a little bit hard, but now it has to slow down, put on the brakes. It's like it speeds up too much, then it has to brake too much, which is like, it should it should do better than that. It's kind of odd that that's the place where it's at right now. But you know, it should get better. But we'll see. And we're at the red light here. I've got my foot covering the brake just in case it decides that whatever, red light is not important. But I don't really expect it to happen. It's usually pretty good with the red lights. But still, it's still too early to completely trust this. Obviously, it's the liability. The onus is on the driver to drive safely. So if the car decides, you know, the car system wants to do something it shouldn't do, it's on the driver to make sure that does not happen. You know, we're holding the wheel. This is not a hands-free system. I think as soon as we get through this light, I'm going to change my navigation point here. Which, advanced light. Man. I really hope we get the green up ahead. That's a long light too. And green light. All right. And it's like really close to that car beside that car was really close to our lane, and we were close to its lane, so it was uncomfortably close, really. All right, speed limit's 35. We are doing 39. And we have a red light again coming up. A guy on a bicycle. Yellow light. We're going through the yellow. That's great. We don't want to slam on the brakes. Now it's slowing down a lot. I assume for that little yellow sign, you know, bicycle crossing sign. Oh, it's decided to go around. This is not great. It needs to be in that far lane, in that lane that was in, because it needs to get into the right lane as we get down to the bottom, to go down this hill. Right, I need to re-navigate. 401 Gains, I believe, is my good spot. Yes. So yeah, it should know by now. It knows where it needs to go eventually, but it's not in the right lane to get there. It needs to, now it needs to cross an extra lane to get to where it needs to go. And the line's faded here at the other end of the intersection. Speeding up, you know, speeding up too much. It's going to pass this guy. It should have slotted in behind them. I'm going to try put on my right turn signal to see if it'll go over, and it is. That's good. Okay. Now we still need to get over one more lane. And it should see that. Yeah. I mean, we're routed. We can see here it's routed to go straight to this intersection coming up, but we cannot get to that intersection if we stay in this lane. I'm going to put on my right. I got to brake here in the traffic. I'm putting on the turn signal. And it's happening. Okay. Oops. Almost. It's getting pretty close to that car. Okay. I almost hit the brake. My foot tapped it, like getting ready to. Like I said, I had my foot covering the brake in case. And that obviously was uncomfortably close for me. I automatically, you know, tapped on the. Just touched the brake pedal, but not enough to deactivate FSD Supervised. I feel like I need to make air quotes every time I say supervised. All right. Whew. I feel like that's a fail. If I have to use the turn signals and make it do what it should be doing automatically, then I think that's a fail. So just chalk that up for one fail so far. Okay, traditionally we've had some phantom braking right around here, and not this
In
time,
500 feet, enter the roundabout.
so if
and
that
take
phantom
the first
braking
exit.
never happens again, I'll be very happy. If any phantom braking never happens again, I'll be extremely happy. It makes me not want to use it at all. The phantom braking, it's
Now
dangerous.
enter the roundabout and take the first exit.
Roundabout. It's saying we need to take the first exit, but that is not true. That's the first exit there. We need to take the second exit. So put itself right in here, no problem, no hesitation. This was a problem spot in the past, and then it's coming through. Okay, that was fine. It does do this little speed up, slow down thing that's really kind of annoying. It's hard to be, you probably cannot tell watching in the camera, watching the video, but it's, yeah, it takes off too hard, then it makes it have to slow down too hard. So it needs to learn how to apply the brake and accelerator, you know, properly. We've got this little pedestrian walkway. It seemed like it took a little extra stop before it, you know, proceeded onwards. This is a high traffic area with a lot of foot traffic on the sidewalks and some different pedestrian crossing areas. Not a ton of foot traffic right now. Often it is. This is a lot of students there. So Florida State University is just off to the left. And so, yeah, there's a lot of student action here. There's all like student housing and more student housing and condos coming up here. Awesome looking little, what is that? Bronco Sport with the heritage roof. I got a Kia EV6 up ahead here on in the left turn lane, but turn left at this light. I don't know if you can see it in this camera or not, but I can see it. It's so distinctive, the EV6. I kind of like how it's distinctive like that. Can't tell if this Bronco wants to get on the road. I guess it does. No, maybe he just wants to park better. Okay. So far, so good. Handling this. Nothing weird yet. No one's crossing the street because it's all the stuff on the left-hand side of the road is all blocked off. The sideway's gone, essentially, as they construct new buildings here. And we're stopping for that, which is fine. That's good. And I'm going to take this opportunity to re-navigate up the street here to North Duval. All right, so that means we'll turn left up a couple lights. All right. This is kind of a major intersection here. Lots going on. I don't know, you can't see it up ahead, but there's also some like more construction, like huge amounts of construction going on here with like student housing. So much student housing. This town has grown a lot over the last, I've been here like almost 24 years, I guess. Eek. And yeah, it's really changed a lot. All right, and we're going through the little, okay. There was a little piece of paper, cardboard or something in the street, and it ran over it. It didn't really detect it as a thing to avoid. This is good. It's going straight up here.
In 500 feet, turn left onto South Duval Street.
Alrighty. 500 feet. This is Bruno. We're going through now, so it's going to have to make a left up ahead. Let's put on the turn signal. That's good.
Now turn left onto South Duval Street.
Getting in line to turn. Okay, this is a tricky intersection because it's sort of a little hill, so it has to. The sight lines aren't the best. Let's see. Oh, we got a lot of congestion going here, and somebody's blocking the intersection. We might be able to get through there. Let's see if the car tries to do it. Oh, it's going to try. It's going to try. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, and it got in this lane. Often it'll get in that first left-hand lane and then come over, but yeah, it made sense for it to get into this lane first. All right, so we need to end this trip and then navigate down to like 102 4th. Right. All right, now we're headed to 4th Avenue. That's great. Here's the screen again. Wish I could get one of those direct video feeds into so I could record like the direct feed of this screen, but it doesn't look super feasible. Other people seem to be able to do it, but I think it involves a fair amount of money or hacking skills, you know. If I knew how to cut the wires and find the right feed, maybe I could do it, but yeah, I don't have those skills. So I guess we have this for now until Tesla decides to make that a feature. Almost 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock traffic. Okay, come on, green light, here we go. It's really close to those parked cars on the right. Uncomfortably close. Yeesh. I was ready to jerk the wheel in case I want to lose my mirror or knock somebody else's mirror. But it's in the right lane at least. This is the good lane it needs to be in. And it does seem to have a bias to the right-hand side, which I wish it was a little bit more centered again. A big little pothole there on the right. There's one of our electric buses there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a Proterra, but it's wrapped up in the FSU wrap. Overhead yellow lights here. It used to sometimes slow down for those. It didn't this time. It needs to get over into the left here. Okay, it's doing that properly. That was very good. Very good. I think the last time we did this, it was a little bit. It was a little odd there. All right, so it's going to make this turn at the bottom of this hill. I'm going to have to reset the navigation again. I wonder if it'll just let me add the stop.
Turn right onto West 4th Avenue.
Let's see if it'll let me add the stop.
On the left.
Oh, I think it did let me add the stop. Awesome. Okay, it's slowing down so much here, but it's a common thing. Everybody kind of does it. And we get some traffic. And the car blocking the street. And it's going to follow the other car ahead of me. Around.
Left onto North Monroe Street.
Over the double yellow, which is fine. That was great, like a human would do. But
now
here,
turn left onto North Monroe Street.
see, this car would like to turn here into this, and we're kind of blocking it. We're pulling up a bit, so we're not blocking it. Okay, that's good. I wonder if they can teach it logic about that, or if, I guess it's the AI from human experiences that's kind of it's learning from. So I wonder if it would learn that, you know, if like it's obviously blocking the way for a car sitting on the other lane, you know, with a turn signal flashing. If it could, you know, figure out there's a place on the other side of the road that it wants to get to, but you know, we're in the way. I wonder if it'll figure out that, oh, it can move up, you know, just scooch up a bit to, you know, be polite to the other drivers. Okay, here we got the unprotected left coming up here, and stopping. We can't see, it's gonna have to move up to be able to see. I've got my foot covering the brake. We're good from the left and we're good from the right. Oh man, this really lucky to have a, it's gonna go right into that right lane. Okay, and we got a yellow light, of course. Stopping a little early, and then it's staying like three feet behind the line. I'm gonna hit the accelerator and move up to the line, because that's ridiculous. So far, you know, pretty good. Usually we go, we're gonna have to get in the right-hand lane. They're just gonna have to get in the right-hand lane. Oh, put on the turn signal, and it made a good gap to get ahead of the car beside us, so did that very nicely. All right. Green lights. So yeah, we used to go around Lake Ella, but the road's closed right now. They're doing some construction, repaving work. See, it sped up. It should have seen that car was, you know, slowing down. It was still speeding up after that car was, you know, obviously slowing down for a car turning off the road.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Legion Street.
Oh, it's got its turn signal on super early.
Turn right onto Legion Street.
Okay, it's going to turn on the Legion Street here. And it's slowing down way too much, really, but it did it, you know, fine. So the road here is kind of closed. The traffic can't flow through here. It doesn't really know that, so it doesn't really know where to go. Looking at this little blue light here. We're in the parking lot. It's just going to leave us here, sitting in this parking lot.
Now your destination is on the left.
I'm not sure that's my destination, but okay. I think that's it. Autopilot disengaged. What happened? What had happened was we kind of got to whereabouts we were kind of going, and we stopped. Okay, so I guess let's jump out real quick and do a just a quick recap. And take a thumbnail. All right, so that's the 12.3.3. I might have some other videos of this coming up in the future. Just try out different situations. It's going pretty well. I kind of enjoying driving it. So the other day I drove out to Sop Choppy, Florida for a show I had to play there. It's about 45 minutes out of town. I had to disengage like one time, and just for like a navigation issue. I wanted to go like take a short, kind of a short, long cut really, but because of traffic flow and everything, it was a shortcut. And yeah, so that's the only time I had to disengage. It took me right to the venue, like 45 minutes from here. So that was kind of good, but it wasn't like a city traffic situation. It was like country roads. So, you know, there was a construction zone that it handled very well, but there's that. Okay, but this drive, so yeah, this drive, I guess really just like the one fail, really. Just, you know, not being able to get over in the right lane like it should. But then it's like, I feel like it's almost like just a half fail, because it did respond properly to my turn signal. You know, I put on, you know, I put the turn signal on, and it, you know, moved lanes over. So it kind of listened to me, which is great. It doesn't always listen to me. Yeah. So I guess that's it for now. Like and subscribe. Leave any comments you like below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.